Hi, I'm Kate Chapman. I'm with the humanitarian OpenStreetMap team. I'm going to be discussing our work in Haiti. Very early on, it was mostly volunteers from all over the world, and how we've moved it into working with local people. First, though, in case you're not aware, OpenStreetMap is a lot like Wikipedia, but with maps. That means anyone can edit, anyone can contribute. This allows us the flexibility in the situation in Haiti that as imagery was released, 600 people in the first month all over the world took satellite imagery, traced it, traced roads, looked for damaged buildings, outlined informal settlements, and you had this tremendous before and after shot. First responders were using it on the ground. I've seen pictures in EOCs everywhere using OpenStreetMap as the base for road data. Well, what did we do next? One of the things is we started developing a humanitarian data model. The crazy open source way OpenStreetMap does things doesn't really make sense in the UN World Bank context, but we're working on changing that. The other thing we did is we took hardware to Haiti. Our previous speaker was talking about low-tech solutions. We provide those, but we also provide GPS, printer and scanner, and laptops so that people can actually edit data. We also provide a software kit. It is about 2 gigs. It runs completely offline, so you can do training anywhere. So we show up with laptops and GPS and a whole bunch of software, and we start mapping. Here's one of our low-tech solutions. This is called walking papers. You simply print out a map. You go out into the field. You write on the map, mark it up any way you want. You then scan it on that scanner printer we left behind, upload it, and you can trace your information and get it into OpenStreetMap. We also have a ton of GPS units. We've taught probably about 400 people how to use GPS. You'd be amazed how many units were donated to Haiti, and people have no idea how to use them and never turn them on. We also have developed survey forms. The survey forms come in line with the data being collected within the various cluster groups. The transportation's based on the UN SDIT, the transportation data model, and that's so it can be pulled into a GIS and make sense for the more traditional people. It also goes into presets in our editors, so you go form to editor, and then to have accurate data entry of the information. We have been offering classes since March in English, French, and Creole. Our materials are in English and French. We're working on getting some further translation. And our basic premise is we train everyone. We are trying to train trainers, everyone from civil society up to people in the UN. If you show up and want to learn how to use a GPS, contribute to this OpenStreetMap for everyone, we'll train you. One of our speakers later on is one of our trainers. Come across us, and you'll learn to contribute data to OpenStreetMap. Part of this is the whole thing about geographic literacy. Maps are instantly useful, but you have to know how to create them and how to use them. And so we're creating all those trainers. So some of the uses, you can load the data into a Garmin GPS, use it to navigate. Search and rescue workers did that. Still today, people are amazed they can get turn-by-turn directions in Port-au-Prince from a Garmin unit running completely offline. Here's a operational map from the World Bank. The basis is OpenStreetMap data. I believe you'll see this picture again later in another presentation. Now we've moved on to different uses, though. Camp registration. 1.3 million people have been registered by the International Organization on Migration. That location is tied to a road in OpenStreetMap, so people have a geographic representation of where people are being registered. Another project are information kiosks. These are going into the camps so that there's a suggestion box, a map, and information about the camp. So we're participating in collecting data so that people know what's around them, and you can compare camps. Does this camp have resources versus this other camp? We have a couple interns from the Naval Academy, as well as who are working on this, as well as our partners from the Citizens Forum of Cirque du Soleil. And we're continuing to do mapping down there. In the future, we'd like to get satellite imagery for other parts of Haiti. So much imagery was released, but it was only the earthquake-affected regions. but the population has moved around, and there's a high risk for hurricanes and flooding, so it's very important to have great road data for the entire country. And I just wanted to thank some of our operating partners who have helped us on the ground there. Thank you.